Good morning, students of standard 6. Welcome in day 9. In day 8, I have finished the chapters 10, motion and measurement of distance, and I have also revised the all topic of these chapters. Okay, so today's time for solving your objective questions. Okay, so today I will solve all objective questions of this chapter. Okay, let us see. Students, question A, tick the correct answer. Question number 1, the SI unit for measuring the length is, I have taught SI unit for length is meter. So correct option is centimeter, meter, millimeter, decimeter. Your option is B. B is correct option. You will tick the option B. Okay. Now question number 2. Measuring with the help of a thread or a stick gives a rough measurement, exact measurement, both A and B, and none of these. I have taught you measuring with the help of a thread is not a correct measurement. That means not an exact measurement. For exact measurement we use a scale or inch tape. So it is a rough measurement. You will take the option A. Okay. Now question number 3. The distance between the two cities is a distance between two cities. A small distance, very small distance, large distance, very large distance. Very large distance means you will compare between two states or two countries. Okay. A small distance means you will compare with the distance of these two markers. This is very small distance, and a small distance which means between the students sit on the first bench to the last bench. But the distance between two cities is large distance. So your option is C. Tick the option C. Now let us see question number 4. See question number 4. The motion in which the object moves in a line or in the same direction, curve or a straight, is said to be a, I have taught the motion in which object moves in a straight path or curved path is called oscillatory motion. No. Linear motion. Yes, linear motion. Okay, that means your option is linear motion. Circular motion means only move in circular path. Oscillatory means vibrate from their mean position. Both A and C both are wrong. So your option is linear motion. Okay. Now question number 5. The object which changes their position with time with respect to its surroundings is said to be in motion, because the object which changes their position. Okay. That means your option is motion. Okay. Question number 6. A bicycle is moving on a straight path. Choose the correct statement. The bicycle is showing rectilinear motion. Yes, it is true, because bicycle is moving in a straight path. So it is an example of rectilinear motion. First is options correct. Now second option is the wheels of the bicycle show rotatory motion. The wheels rotate continuously in its path. So it is an example of rotatory motion. And translatory motion, cycle is in translatory motion. So both options are correct. A and B are correct. That means both option A and B is correct. Your option is C. Okay. Now let us see question number B. Fill in the blanks. Question B, fill in the blanks, and question 1 is, a space do not change their position with time. Plants do not change their position with time. Okay, plants do not change their position with time. All living things change the position with time. The motion of a moving car on a curved road is called curvilinear. Curved, not circular. So it is called curvilinear motion. Okay, curvilinear motion. Third, the space and space of the object change during the vibratory motion. During vibratory motion, the object change its shape and size. That means the shape and size of the object change during the vibratory motion. Okay. Fourth question, the periodic motion takes a regular interval of time. Regular interval of time to complete itself and is repeat again. Yes. Okay. In periodic motion, object continuously move. That means regular interval of time and repeat again, to and fro, to and fro. Okay. That means and is repeat again. Now see question number 5. Every time we move from one place to another includes covering certain distance. That means when we move one place to another place, then we cover some distance. Okay. Every time we move from one place to another includes covering some distance. Okay. The motions which repeat themselves. Periodic motion. In periodic motion, the object repeats one time, two times, three times, and continuously repeat again. So it is called the motion which repeat themselves at a regular interval of time are called periodic motion. Okay, periodic motion. Now question number C. False. Okay. Now see question number C. Write true or false against the following sentences. Okay. Question number 1. All the living things except the plants can move themselves from one place to another. Yes, true statement, because all the living things move from one place to another place, but plant cannot move one place to another place. That means this is true statement. Now see question number 2. Some of the things around us move with time, whereas there are some of the objects which are in continuous state of motion. It is also a true statement, because some of the things around us move with time, just like that animals, human beings are moved with time, but hand of watch like second hand, our hand moves continuously with time. That means continuous state of motion. So it is also a true statement. Now see question number 3. When an object moves from one place to another, it is said to be in a state of rest. False, because when an object moves one place to another, so it is in motion. It is said to be in a state of rest. False statement. So this is false. Correct statement is when an object moves from one place to another, it is said to be in a state of motion. Okay. Now see question number 4. The length of the place you covered to reach to the friend's house or the shop is called the measurement. False statement, because you know that the length of your place to the other place is known as distance, not measurement. Okay, this is also a false statement. Now see question number 5. We can measure the length from a scale. We can measure the length from a scale even if its zero marking is not visible. True statement. Where we can measure the length from a scale when if its zero marking is not visible. I have told you that we can measure with the help of a scale if zero is not visible. That means you will start with reading 1 or 2 and finally you will remove or you will subtract the left position, marking position. Okay, suppose that you will measure 5 cm and 0 is not visible. It is started from 1, then you will take 6 measurement. Okay, so this is a correct statement, true statement. Next question is, a scale is used to measure long distances. False. Scale is used to measure a small distance, not long distance. This is false statement. Correct. We can use hand span as a unit to measure something. This is also a false statement. It is used in ancient time because at that time a scale suitable instrument for measuring length is not found that time. Okay, so we cannot use hand span as a unit to measure something. Okay, so this is a false statement. Today's class is over, and in next class I will solve more question of this chapter. Stay safe, stay at home, keep healthy. Thanks to all of you to listen me. Have a nice day.